Welcome back to the Extra Time Podcast. We've returned with Will, my stepdad. You okay?
And yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Last week, the video went quite well. I enjoyed it, so we brought him back on. We changed up the topics, obviously, since our defeat in the final.
Yeah. Bit disheartening on it, really. But again, I've been watching England for quite a few years now, and whatever. It was like, yeah, disheartening. But was it really a shock? I don't know. It's like, to me, it wasn't. It's like I'm looking at like these 12-year-old kids in the pub, thinking, yeah, you need to get through the same crap I've been through for the last 30 years. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, at least they're seeing us get to the final.
Well, this is it. Yeah.
I think it's one of them, and it's like, again, I think your hopes was up when you were in the final. Everyone had that belief of it's our time, it's our time. And
but you know what though? Everybody slated Southgate all up until that semi-final.
Yeah,
and he had some proper sticking. Yeah, I agree. I was probably giving him some stick myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but it's like then all of a sudden semi-final, we win the final. It's like it's the best thing ever. You know what I mean? And it's like, and people really shocked he's actually resigned. I don't think so. It's like, would you put up with that crap?
No, to be fair, I think he's done really well with it in the last few years, to be fair.
I think he's like our third overall time manager who's got us to like, he's definitely third who's like actually coached that many games.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Ramsey won the World Cup, Did he do anything else? No. You know what I mean? He's like, he's consistently got us to
I would definitely take a World Cup and then nothing else. But yeah.
I'll do the exact same. I'll be like, I'll beat one team in my like international career as a manager. That's it, I'll retire. I'll just walk off going, yeah, that's it. San Marino, that's it.
Sam Adadox, 100% record.
Definitely.
Yeah, again, I think the most disappointing thing for me was at no point in the game do I remember really having the ball. We just got absolutely battered for 90 minutes.
But you're looking at Spain who've won it 4 times. They are a decent team as well. You know,
they were.
You don't win it 4 times over the years without actually having a consistent base. You know what I mean? So,
but at the same time, I feel like as well, we had the easier route there, and that never helps in the fact of being prepared to play these kind of teams.
No.
Like Spain had to knock out France, Georgia, I guess. Yeah, Georgia, France, Germany.
Yeah.
Germany, and then England. It's no easy route, is it?
No, definitely not. And you know what? When you're knocking out teams like that, you deserve to actually win it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, I agree. Like, they deserved it 100%. They were the best team. They were the best team.
And not even just the best team, just on results based. That was a joy to watch. You know what I mean? You're watching Spain and you're watching them knock the ball out, and you're thinking this is a great team.
From the start of the tournament, I had really high expectations of it being a good tournament because it started off really well. And I'll be honest, it was really boring in the end. There weren't any great games for me, and it was like
this ain't going to be. It's never going to go down in history as a great tournament.
It wasn't.
Watch football.
I think Spain were probably, like we've just said, a bit of light in the tunnel because it wasn't great. There weren't any. I was going to build a team in the tournament, but I don't think there were many standout players at all, were there? There were some players who had decent games, but there wasn't a player for all tournament. Oh, he's brilliant, apart from the Spain side.
But you're looking at Cucurella, who's a left back for Spain.
I absolutely hate him. Have you heard him singing?
Absolutely shocking for Chelsea. It's like, I thought he was all right for Brighton. He looked good in a Brighton team.
Yeah, he did.
Never really done anything for Chelsea. Yet he's had like the tournament of his life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have you seen him singing online?
No, I haven't. No.
Oh, mate, it's embarrassing. It's really bad.
Just when you need to retire, then.
No, it's horrific, man. Like, I hate him more for that. But yeah, we're gonna move on from the Euros though, because I'm sick of it. We're out now. It's simple as that. It was a horrible Monday morning at work. Put it that way.
I think it was just heavy.
It was a horrible Monday morning.
But you got like, God knows how many kids.
Luckily, we both support such brilliant teams. So as the Championship and Premier League's going to be starting back up, we've got Albion Wolves to watch again. Yay! And
I think you're a bit more excited than
I'm not. I'm really not. So yeah, I think we're going to move on to that again. Yeah. Obviously, the podcast wasn't really started at the end of the Premier League, so we can have a bit of a chat about last year, a little bit. We're not going to go into it too much. Just a bit of an idea of was it a good season for you? Was it interesting?
As I've got older, I'm starting to look at football a bit more like, I do support Wolves, but I'm starting to look at like football on the whole, and it's like I enjoy watching football.
Yeah, we watch a lot of football.
I enjoy watching teams, and it's like City for me, I'm a little bit boring at times,
Yeah.
but you can't take away from the fact that they win all the while. You know what I mean? But it's just a little bit boring. They've always got the ball. They're always in like this thing and whatever. I like watching like an Arsenal sometimes where it's like, yeah, they have got a lot of the ball,
but they love throwing the ball in their own net now and again.
Exactly. You know what I mean? It's a little bit exciting to
I know
watch
what
that.
you mean.
You watch Newcastle as well. They're exciting.
For Liverpool as well, quite interesting to watch because they could turn it on and then they can switch off as well.
Oh yeah,
like their results can be
all of a sudden they get like 2 goals there. And you're
Yeah.
like, what's happening with these? I'm
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
rubbish today. And then all of a sudden they win the game 4-2.
Yeah, they are interesting. Last season, I watched a lot of football, but I don't think it was a season many people will remember other than being 4 in a row for City.
Yeah.
Again, they've took over this kind of generation out at the Man City. It's kind of the United of probably your era.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
United used to win everything. It was just,
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, great achievement. You know what I mean? They had a great team. They had a great setup and everything. But you start to look at United thinking, oh God, them again. Boring now. You know what I mean? It's same old, same old.
I do like City, and the thing is, I say this as if like, I want City to win it just because I like a lot of their players now. But realistically, I would love another team to come in. But as long as it's not Liverpool or Arsenal, really, I'm not a fan of them. I don't know why.
You're looking at teams like a Leicester again, aren't you? You know what I mean? You want somebody just to come out the box and just think, hang on a minute, where they come from? When Leicester won it in that year, it was just...
I thought it was always going to be West Ham that did it, you know, because they've always been like just touching around it and then they've gone off it again, haven't they? I've always liked West Ham, and I'm not sure why, but I have always liked...
West Ham have always had this thing, like, since '66, that, like, they're the home of football, they're the academy of football. It's like, a lot of players in that World Cup squad that won the World Cup did come from West Ham.
Yeah.
What have they done since then?
I don't know.
I can't remember West Ham.
Probably dead, most of them.
Well, yeah. It's like, I can't remember West Ham winning the league title since the '60s. You know what I mean? So where's that come from?
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't be the academy of football when you ain't actually achieved anything or done anything. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with that. Well, talking about the Prem, that moves on to our first topic quite nicely, actually. We've looked at, in our lifetime, the best 3 Premier League teams we've ever seen in a single season. It doesn't have to be that they've won the most, etc. You know, I think I've got an idea of a team you're gonna have in there, and I think I'll have a good argument for it. But you also might not have had them in there because now I'm thinking about it. I think I have heard you say that they weren't actually that good, but we'll see. Have you got like third, second, first?
No, not really. I've just picked like 3 teams just because. Not so much. That was like great teams and whatever. I just think them like maverick moments. I think them just like it was based on a singular season. So I've gone for like teams that I think that have probably gone beyond their expectations.
Oh no, I've literally gone for 3 teams that have had the best seasons I genuinely think the Premier League's seen. So for me, in third place, just double check who I had here. I'm pretty sure I've actually gone with the Centurions. So Man City's 100-point season, obviously the highest point total ever. The only reason, I know we've said the best Premier League season that they've had, the only reason I'm not going to go any higher, I think they might have done the double that season, maybe FA Cup, so I'm not 100% sure.
I think
they didn't. There's definitely 2 teams here that achieved just a little bit more.
Yeah.
In a Premier League season, that's the best team for me. There's no possible. I think Liverpool finished on like 90-something, didn't they, that season? Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure second and third would have both finished top for like the last 5 seasons or something like that. And
but again, it's like, I know what you're saying. It's like to achieve that, it's phenomenal. You know what I mean? Especially because teams are getting better. It's like, you know, like when you're looking at the other end of the table, you're looking at like teams who like we need to get to that 40-point mark.
Yeah.
To like stop being relegated.
Yeah.
You're seeing now more teams going down with such a high. Them getting close to that 40-point mark
still
because
going down.
You're winning the league at like, I don't know,
around 86, 87.
You know what I mean? Like mid-80s points. And
I'm pretty sure Chelsea would have like 60-something points one season.
They ain't like great numbers, you know what I mean?
No,
because teams are getting better now. He's getting orders to win that league by such a massive margin, so I can understand why you put that in there when you're achieving.
I'll go with my second then as well, and then you can go for your 3. So I've got United's 2008 treble.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, I wasn't very old then, but obviously you see a lot online, so I've watched a lot of it. They were just unbelievable again that season, weren't they? Again, a treble. It's massive. They had one of the best teams you could put together. Obviously, Ronaldo was there at the time. Such an enjoyable team to watch. It was coming for so long, and I think it was just such like how do you say it, like a memorable moment for everybody that watches football to know what happened there, and that's just the only reason I've got them in. And then in first place, I've got City's treble, 22-23. So it would have been not season just gone, season before. They beat Madrid in Champions League, top the league. Like what didn't they come from behind as well with Arsenal? Remember that was that season. I think with Arsenal were ahead by so many points, and they went, we'll play football now. Come through, overtook Arsenal. Yes, Arsenal threw it away as much as City won it, but they've come through there, and they won it. You know,
looking at teams like Arsenal though, you like, I don't know, it was always something in the back of my head thinking, this is City.
Oh yeah,
because like, it's like they've been there, they know how to win, they know how to they know how to guide it, and like Pep's a great manager, he knows how to guide these teams. You're looking at Arsenal thinking a little bit naive here.
Yeah.
You could see it slipping away. You could see it start to slip away, like, you know what I mean? You always thought City were going to win this.
I think it was about January. So Connor, who's been on the pod before, and my mate Joe, they had a bet together. It was like to pay for a hotel that they was going to a gig to or something. And at this point, Arsenal were clear by something like 16 points, which was stupid. Connor, obviously, backed Arsenal to win it. And Joe had City. And the whole time we all said, Connor, you might as well put the hotel now. They're not staying. They're not going to hold it. They just weren't. I think it's that aura of City chasing you as well. They love the chase, don't they, City?
Well, just touching back on the Euros again, it's like we went to goal behind virtually every game. And we've come back to like, it's like we needed that kick up the bum to like.
The only reason
City in the same,
I've got City above United, I believe United's treble was the FIFA World Cup as well. They classed as that treble.
Right, okay.
Whereas I think
the Club Cup, you mean?
Yeah. Okay. Whereas I think City's was the FA Cup, because they beat United 2-1, didn't they? Gundogan scored twice. Yeah. So for me, it's just a bit better of a something to win.
Definitely.
But,
so when you're looking at them, like mediocre, a cup's a cup in it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'd almost give a limb for it. Yeah.
Wolves would be like bringing out the DVD, off that. We'd have T-shirts, parades through the streets and everything, and the one is like the Sherpa Van Trophy. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
But you definitely take it. But I know what you mean. You need to win the bigger trophies, don't you?
Yeah. So what was the three you went for then?
I've gone like, again, based on a singular season, and obviously watching a lot more football through the years than yourself. I've gone for like teams where it's like, where's that come from? So I've gone like Blackburn winning 94, 95.
Okay, I get what you mean. So you've gone more unexpected. Like you've gone for a team's best season. I get where you've gone with it. You've not read the prep at all, and you've done it wrong. But we'll let you off. Too many beers last night, that is, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, carry on.
But then I've gone for like Leicester when they won the league as well.
Yeah.
Because you thought, where did Leicester come from?
But were Leicester that good? For me, yeah, they were good, but the rest of the teams were awful. I mean,
but you've still got to beat the teams that you got in front of you, and that's what they did.
Was it Arsenal that finished third in a two horse? No, Tottenham finished third in a 2-horse race. They were second.
Spurs, wasn't it?
Yeah, second for like the whole season, and then they finished third, and it's like, how can you bottle it that hard? I understand not maybe winning it, but you've bottled that.
But you're talking about Spurs. Bottle everything.
It's crazy, isn't it? How teams. It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters how good your side is. If your history and stuff like that, this is where you kind of have that thing over the club of, it's just they're made for it. So are Arsenal. They're made for it to really bottle games. Whereas Real Madrid are made to win the Champions League. That is their trophy. They own that tournament.
You're looking at teams like Madrid, Barcelona. I mean, Italian teams have slipped off the radar. Back in the 90s and whatever, he was looking like an AC Milan, Inter Milan. It's like inbred in them. It's like, we can lose 2-0 up until the 80th minute, and then we're literally going to beat 2-1, 3-2, or whatever.
If they're 2-0 down, I don't they're going to win 2-1.
But they just got that. They've just got that mentality of like, damn man, we know what we're going to do within these next 10-15 minutes. We're going to absolutely annihilate you, and that's what they used to do. It's just, whereas Spurs, it's like, Spurs could be 4-0 up with
Yeah.
89 minutes on the clock and they
Yeah.
still lose 5-4
Yeah,
because
good.
it's Spurs. I'm
To be
terrible.
fair, they had one of the best comebacks I've ever seen when they played. Was it Ajax and Lucas Moura got the hat trick?
Yeah,
Lucas Moura. Yeah, it was unbelievable that was, and they lost to
Nah.
Liverpool in the
And
final.
then I don't think he played the next game.
Probably
He scored a
not.
hat trick, I think, and then he didn't play the next game.
That
So
makes
don't get that
sense,
mentality. But
So who's your last one? Let me guess. Can I have a guess? Is it the undefeatable or undefeated?
no, it's again. I know, like I ain't really read the prep blog sort of thing. And I probably took it the other way, but
Yeah.
Bolton for me. Back in the
Right.
90s, when you've got like Djorkaeff, Kocha, Fernando Hierro, and whatever, that was just a great team. That was a good
Yeah.
team to watch.
They were-
Allardyce is there.
They've got
He's-
absolutely nothing to do with the prep at all. But well done,
but
yeah.
them buying players for like 1.5 million. And you're like, why is he gone there? Why is a Kocha at Bolton?
Yeah.
And like, I think Kocha played in the World Cup just before he signed for Bolton.
Yeah.
And he's doing stuff.
Is that a big price then? 1.5 million or not?
No, not really. You know what I mean? You're seeing Shearer move.
I wasn't sure in 1900s.
You're watching like Shearer move to like Newcastle for like 15 million quid.
Yeah.
And you're like, that is phenomenal money.
Oh, right,
15
okay.
million pound. You could see chap move from, I don't know, Wolves to bloody Brentford for 15 million, and he's in the reserves.
Do you mean no? Yeah.
It's like there ain't nothing.
Yeah,
there.
the average transfer fees around the 40 million mark.
Yeah,
now, isn't it?
definitely,
40,
yeah.
50 million
Definitely,
mark.
there's that much money in football now. But like,
it's unbelievable.
the Kocha was like playing. I think he might have been playing for PSG at the time.
Yeah.
He's gone to Bolton, and you're like, what's going on here? But that was just a joy to watch. There was like,
Yeah.
I mean, Kocha is just. If you ever get a chance, just watch him on YouTube or whatever. The stuff he can do with the ball. It's like Ronaldinho, but like I don't know, an half price Ronaldinho.
So just be careful what you
No,
meant to say.
I'm
I'm
saying
going to say half price.
No, but it's like
that's
you
right.
watch Ronaldinho
Well,
with the
we
ball. You're
cancelled
like,
already.
hang on a minute, he's phenomenal with the ball. Kocha was like not as good, but like for that price, you're like, mate, this is phenomenal. The stuff he could do. So I've gone for that ball. I've gone for that Bolton thing.
I thought, to be fair, you were going to go with Arsenal. Like
I was going to go for Arsenal. I was going to go for United.
And I was going to nail you for it because I don't think they were that good. I think you could set your team up to draw pretty much every week with the money they had and the team they had for a whole season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, obviously there had to be some kind of good to be able to do it. Still,
you still got to beat the team.
Still great, isn't it?
Still got to do what you
but
got to do.
I do think I thought the season was poor that year, the teams, and then I thought that the amount of draws they had, it wasn't even half as impressive as Leverkusen's for me.
No,
because
I agree with you really in a way. It's like I totally agree with what you're saying because you've still got to beat the teams in front of you.
They lost in
like
cup games as well, didn't they? Arsenal. So
you're looking at that team thinking, and you're looking at like the next fixture is like, well, they're going to lose that game, aren't they? You know what I mean?
No,
so you could, I know what you're saying. You can foresee it coming, you know. You can look at it thinking, you know what, they're going to lose this game.
Yeah, I get what you mean. So we're going to move on to our second segment now, and we're moving on to kind of our Premier League predictions, like an early kind of thing. Everyone I get on from now, I'm going to ask for their Prem predictions. Obviously, not all the transfers that have kind of gone through yet, so we're still waiting on a bit. So we will come back to this towards the end of the season, see how far off we were. We're both going to go 20th, 19th. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've got in last place, I've got Leicester, because they've got the point deduction as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
Is it 12 points? I'm not sure.
I ain't quite sure.
I know it's a fair few, but they've obviously last season I think they were meant to have it, and then they said, "Can we have it next year?" Or they had a choice. I'm not sure how it actually played out, but they've got it this season.
Yeah,
I think they've lost Shrewsbury Hall.
Yeah,
massive
loss to them.
Yeah, he was probably their kind of like, he was one of them players that you can't really buy back because they've got like the heart for the club, and they're like one of them players that. There's loads of tricky wingers out there you can sign, but he kind of gave you that 8 out of 10 every game. He was such a
busy.
He's such a hard player to replace for me.
Yeah, in so much like just busy. He can do something, and he seems to like set the tempo for Leicester as well. He seems to get that ball. And he's always got like a cool head. He's like, when them coming out to defence, he seems to get that ball, gets it on the half turn, but then takes a touch to like make sure that everybody's going to come out with him, and he knows when to play that pass. He's a good player.
I don't mean it in those way as well. Like he's irreplaceable, and he's that good that nobody's as good as him. I mean, like for the money that you spend and stuff like that, you've got to pay through your nose to replace a player like that, because not many teams that have come through the Championship or lower end of the Premier League have a player like that.
No.
So you've got to buy them off the big teams,
Yeah.
which is where the value just goes up even more.
But then big teams ain't going to let players like that go.
No,
because
of course they won't, no.
it's squad rotation. And
Yeah,
They can do a job for us against like a lesser team or even play in the cup. They ain't going to let them go permanently, am they? So I get where you're coming from.
So if you got in 20th?
Got Ipswich.
Ipswich, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. 19th, I've got Ipswich.
I've got Southampton.
Southampton, okay. Yeah. 18th, I've got Forest. I think it's their time to go now.
I totally agree with you. But based on last season, they just seem to find a way. You know what I mean? So I've got Leicester in 18th.
Chris Wood was there last year, wasn't he?
Yeah, we just need to sign him as a Wolves fan. We just need to sign him just to leave him on the bench, just so he don't score against us. Because he's a nightmare.
He loves it, man. Chrissy Wood, baggies through and through. He hates the Wolves.
He does.
Do you know he's actually got like the highest goal to shot ratio, like highest goal percentage in the Premier? Something stupid like that. He's got like a 60% goal.
Yeah, but when you only play like 4 games a season,
he only plays for 10 minutes and then he scores in the 10 minutes. It's unreal.
And all against Wolves.
Southampton, I've got 17th, just because I think they're just about gonna maybe clip it. I think it's between them and Forest in 18th for me. It could go either way, but
yeah, I've got Bournemouth in 17th.
Bournemouth have a nice little system for me. I don't think they're quite going to be down too far, but I don't think they'll be much higher.
No, it's just, I think between 17th and say 10th.
Oh, any of them could be anywhere.
It's going to be that tight. I think it's going to be like literally
I
3
completely
points.
Agree. From 10th to 17th, you could basically put these anywhere.
Yeah.
I've got in 16th, I've got Crystal Palace.
I've got Forest.
Yeah. Fair enough. And then 15th, I've got Bournemouth.
I've got Brentford.
Obviously, we did it on the app, so like we didn't know which team was kind of coming up next.
Yeah.
So it's quite interesting because I've actually got. So where do we go? Just 14th Fulham. Who did you have 14th? Brentford.
Wolves.
Well, I've got Wolves 13th.
Yeah.
I hope they finish bottom because all the players are scum and they're all shit.
13th, I've got Brighton.
No, I'm not done with Wolves yet. I hope all of their players, the coach just goes off a cliff. Like, I hate all their players.
It's going to be odd around Wolverhampton, really, for this cliff.
Get a Jay Slater it.
Might get stuck in traffic in Blackpool, to be honest.
No, yeah. 12th, I've got Everton.
Okay. I've got Everton 12th.
Yeah, the only one will agree on that. 11th, Brentford.
I've got Fulham.
Yeah, like we say, it's a bit tough, and it's like any of them could be anywhere there. This is where I think it all stick. So I've got Brighton in 10th.
Okay. I've got Chelsea in 10th.
Ooh, no.
Like, the problems they've got at the minute, that dressing room's ripped apart.
Finished 6th last season after a shocking season. They've got their second season together now. I do agree that Potter's gone, hasn't he?
Yeah, so you've got to change your manager.
They need. See, this is what I mean. I don't understand why they got rid of him. You've got to stick with him for at least one more season. I understand. Todd Bowley, their bloke in charge. Well, I get that he wants the return for the money he's put in, but at the same time, football isn't. Yeah, I get what you're going to say. Oh, it's pay to win. It is kind of pay to win in the fact of you've got to buy the best players for the most price.
Yeah.
But you've got to build a squad and a system. If we put Messi, Ronaldo, everyone just together, obviously that'd be brilliant. But they wouldn't win. I don't think they'd win a Premier League.
But you look at that Chelsea team from last season, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to build a team, whom are you taking out that Chelsea squad? Palmer, that's it.
No, I disagree. I
don't think you're taking anybody out of that Chelsea team.
I think Caicedo makes an argument.
Not for the money you've paid. He ain't worth that money. He ain't worth that money in tat, let alone anything else.
Reece James, if you keep him fit,
mate, you might as well chuck him on the scrappy. More knees are better than his.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and I'm
just looking at it.
They've built a team that the thing is, if you're going to sign 30, 19-year-old lads, you can't expect them to be world beaters straight away. You've got to let them build up together as a team.
But it's like you're looking at Mudryk or whatever.
Mudryk,
He's like all of a sudden he just bursts through with pace.
Yeah.
And he's 1-on-1 with the keeper, and then he pushes up the back of the stand, and literally from 12 yards
out. That's his age, though, isn't it? That's his age.
You can say his age and whatever, but you play football yourself. You know that from 12 yards out.
I'll give it a go. I don't know if I play football.
No, but I mean, like, you know from 12 yards out, you at least hitting the target. This bloke ain't even hitting the target. He ain't even hitting the stand. It's on bloody Asda car park.
Yeah.
It's you know what I mean. It's like I know the occasion gets to you. And
I
it's
think
like
you're being a bit
nosebleeds
harsh
and
on them
everything.
personally, because for me, I think last season they definitely showed they've been outside the top 6, 7 for the last few years now. They've had absolute stinkers, and then you're nailing them on the fact of like, oh, you're going to put them in 10th. So you've got teams above them that I'm just thinking that there's no chance this season after the way they've finished, and I don't know. I think
I just think don't forget, it's like what you've just said is like, yeah, you're looking at that Chelsea team, and then they had a bit of a stinker at the start of the season.
Yeah.
That's with a new manager.
Yeah.
They've got all these new players in and whatever.
Yeah.
The dressing room's been ripped apart by what's his name? Making all that racist comments and everything.
Enzo Fernandez.
Yeah, so that then you've got a new manager coming in again. He's obviously going to try and gel that team again.
Yeah.
I think I'm a squad of individuals. I don't think I'm actually a team.
No.
So I think it might take another 10 to 12 games for them actually to get like a style of football going again. In 10 to 12 games, if you ain't picking up points, you can find yourself low down that league. And even if you come good at the end of the season like they did, you've still got to try and make that. You got to make it up at the end of the season. I know what you're saying. Try and get where they've got.
I know what you're saying, but you're wrong. My 10th had Brighton.
Yeah.
9th I've got West Ham. Irons.
Okay, I've got West Ham in 9th. Yeah.
Yeah. They could actually be 16th, 17th this season.
Oh yeah.
Because
again, like we
new
said,
manager.
Yeah.
The clubs. I mean, they've got no Europe again, I guess, this season. This season, they haven't got Europe, whereas they've played it in the last 2 years. But
it's
they're a funny
I
club,
think they're going to have a better season just because, like you say, they ain't got Europe.
Yeah.
They ain't got a massive squad, West Ham, man, really. You're looking at about, I don't know, say 16 to 18 players.
But I do think they've got like 3 world-class players. Like, for me, Lucas Paqueta is world-class.
Yeah.
I think Kudus is world-class. I think when I say world-class, I don't mean like, the best in the world in their position. I mean, like, okay, maybe not world-class then. I think they've got 3 players that are like unbelievable. And then I think Jared Bowen's unreal as well.
They can turn it on, can't they?
Yeah. And if those players...
If you can keep Paqueta out the bookies, he's happy days, you know what I mean?
I think I should be the new manager personally.
You don't want him banned for 5 games just because he can't keep his head out the bookies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
we all love a bet. We all love a bet though.
Yeah, but he could just send his mate in there, couldn't he? You know what I mean? You ain't got to...
Yeah, you know, Ivan Toney, and he got banned. I'm sure he was just putting 50p bets on.
No, I don't think so.
No, I think that was actually what come up. It was like just 50p bets on him to score first and stuff.
And why wouldn't you back yourself when you're Ivan Toney? I would. Probably sending Dave in the bookies. I would have given Dave what he's money on. I'll give you that in a bit. Come and jet wash my drive.
I've got Villa in 8th because of Euro, and I hate them, and I hate all their players.
I've got Palace in 8th just because they seem they seem to like finish. They played well. Then towards the end of last season,
I couldn't give a shit.
I know
they're not coming 8th. Elise's gone.
Yeah.
Elise's injured every week.
Yeah.
They had a good run from a new manager. Something changed to give them a spark. They're not going to finish 8th this season.
I just think, not because they ain't going to be good enough to finish 8th. I just think the other teams below them are going to be that poor.
So you think they're going to pick up more points than Chelsea? When you look at fixtures, you think that Palace have got more in them to beat Chelsea, to be above Chelsea?
I think they're going to pick up on like surprising wins. I really do. Because I'm looking
at... If Mateta keeps his shirt tucked in, he'll get at least 50 goals this season. But apart from that, the rest of them won't do much. No, they're not. They're not.
I don't know. I think he's got like a good...
If they finish 8th, I'll take you out for a night on me.
Yeah, but I don't like McDonald's.
That's a fair point. There we go then. Can't afford anything else. So in 7th, I've got Newcastle.
I've got Villa.
Oh God, I just couldn't bring myself to put Villa any higher than 8th, to be honest, and that killed me as it was because they're so good.
Again, now Villa had like a good season last year, and now they're going to have Europe and whatever.
No, Douglas Luiz, well, they've made some good signings. Yeah, I'll say.
But I just think he's not just making a good signing; he's actually building a squad.
Yeah, I think
not like he ain't lost Douglas Luiz, and replaced him. He's like looking to bring in, like he's lost him, and then he's bringing in 2 to 3 players to like try and build that squad up. And I think he's going to have more of a rotation basis.
Yeah, he is, but
Europe, and he's a good manager.
I was just about to say, this is really going to hurt to say because they're absolute scum of the earth. But I can't knock the manager. Emery's probably one of the best managers in the world, to be fair.
Yeah.
And
they've got him.
Well, they've got a bit of money behind them. In all fairness, again, this is vile. They've got a great fan base as well.
Yeah.
They're all wankers. All Villa fans are wankers.
Yeah.
But they fill the stadium. They've got good things going on there. So it's
well, I mean, like my mates will go out with on a Thursday and whatever. A few of them are Villa fans. Never heard them talk about Villa until the last two years, really. And he's like,
yeah.
look at us, Villa.
I also hate them because they beat us in the playoffs. On penalties. They are scruffy bastards. I don't know who I've got. Oh, yeah, sorry. I wondered where we got to then, but I've got Chelsea in 6th.
Okay, I've got Spurs in 6th.
I think the next 3 are all the shit of the good, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They're the last 3 of the... I think the next 3, again, could finish in any of these 3 positions, but they're just like... They're all so disappointing, aren't they? Yeah. And I had such high hopes for who I've got in 5th. We'll talk about it, but I might as well go into it now. I've got United in 5th.
I've got United in 5th.
I had really good high hopes for him for this season. They've brought in the lad from Newcastle. What's his name? The director.
The director. Yeah. That's been coming out. Really.
Yeah, but
he's
they brought him
in the last 6 months.
Oh, this could be wrong now.
Is it Dan Ashworth?
Yeah, Dan Ashworth. This could be wrong now. I think my mate told me, this could be wrong, that he signed Gareth McCauley at the Albion and players like that. And I don't know if it was Adam Wingy he might have brought in and stuff like that, because I'm sure he was at the Albion at one point, then Ashworth.
Okay.
And McCauley, obviously, the great centre-half to grace Premier League football. I think we had him for...
Apart from like about 200 other players.
No. With the 200 other players. If you can name me a better centre-half than Gareth McCauley, I can name you a liar. Because... he is the best centre-half ever. Chris Brunt's left foot fucking whipped in. Gareth McCauley, bang! Goal every time. We used to celebrate corners because we knew it was a goal. We had a brick wall of Jonas Olsen.
She was that crap. You had to celebrate
Jonas Olsen. We had Johnny Evans. Eddie Ozil finished 7th or 8th.
I do not know.
Johnny Evans. What a player as well. What a player. Jonas Olsen, Gareth McCauley. Brunty's absolute magic of a left foot. By the way, best left foot the Premier League's ever seen. There's no argument about it either. There's not. Nobody could take a set piece as good as him with left foot, or hit a ball as sweet as he could with his left foot. And then McCauley comes in, fucking bosh, goal, game over, 1-0. And that's we sit behind the ball. Tony Pearley's ball,
next 89
bosh, and that's how it was done. But I thought they was going to bring some good signings, and then. Obviously, everything's just gone ticked up again there, hasn't it? Like, then players don't even want to go there. Onana has gone Villa, rejected United. He's like, yeah, I don't want to go there. Like, nobody wants to go there.
United pay massive fees for,
like, 14-year-old children.
But, like, mediocre players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know this is way before, like, this season and whatever, but, like, you're looking at Anthony and you're like, hey?
Yeah, he's a drip, to be fair. I can't play that
always paid big money.
Yeah, but they've got to. They don't have a choice, though.
No,
it's United tax, though. If any club that sees United coming for one of their players, they go, that's at least double.
Yeah, you're chucking at least double. Another 20 million on it.
Yeah, easily. I do think they've got some of the signings wrong.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, they signed some players, like Di Maria. In all fairness, the bloke was unreal till he went there, and he's been unreal everywhere he's been. And he just it just didn't work from there.
But it's like, United signed Veron. What a phenomenal player he was in the 90s, you know what I mean? When he's playing in that Italian league, honest to God, he was absolutely superb. Comes to Chelsea, he struggles to adapt to the Premier League.
Yeah.
United go and pay massive money for him again.
Yeah.
Couldn't even get a United squad. And when he did play, everybody was slating him because, again, massive transfer fee. But one of the best players in the world. As soon as he moved from United,
you're kind of
looking. Di Maria was exactly the same.
You're kind of looking though. Then when United were in good form, like they had great players then, and then they signed. Right, I'm talking like more recent. You're looking. United have struggled almost for the last 7-8 years, haven't they? If not longer. They had Alexis Sanchez come in. He was an unbelievable player at Arsenal. Wouldn't work for him. Memphis Depay. You've got to be a certain player for it to work for you, United. Such as like like players that have been there, like your Michael Carricks and that, they're all massive. Like They were never world beating players. They were players that fit a system
Yeah.
and you could work off.
Yeah.
You look at the United midfield, I think it was like Fletcher, Carrick, and it might have been Anderson that they won the league with in the middle three at one point. None of them are world class players.
You know what? Carrick is very underrated for me.
Yeah, he is, but he's not
Because-
a world beater, is he? Like you wouldn't have him in midfield realistically over like De Bruyne, or you wouldn't have him over Gerrard or Lampard. You wouldn't like. But
You know what though? If we'd have used Carrick properly for England,
yeah,
he could have been one of the best players in the world because he can always pick a pass.
could he have been one of the best players in the world though? Will could he?
In a defensive midfielder, is he?
No,
You don't break up. You don't
well,
tackle.
where did he play really?
He plays in centre
Yeah,
midfield,
centre
and
midfield.
he's like a deep line playmaker, isn't he? He gets that ball and he can pick a pass out from like 50, 60 yards, literally on your tap.
Yeah, I don't think
You know what I'm trying to say
one
is
of the
the
best players in the
game's evolved now, but he was a great player, very
he was.
underrated.
I agree with that, but he.
But
just
like when you're
not
playing
gonna
with
be one of the best
Anderson,
players in the world.
Anderson ain't a great player.
No, he wasn't.
I know. What you're saying
Darren
about-
Fletcher played at the Albion again. What a player! So you know what I mean. He's always living in
Yeah, but
shadow.
I don't know. I think Carrick was a really good player. To be fair,
I do rate him.
He's just-
I'm not saying he's shit, but I'm just saying when you've just gone, oh, he's one of the best. He could have been the
No,
best
he could-
player in
no,
the
but if
world.
he
Well, he
was- if he
couldn't,
was-
but he will.
if you watch, I keep going back to YouTube as well because that's where you're probably going to watch most of these videos and whatever. If you watch Carrick play football,
Yeah.
he's very, very underrated because he's quiet and
I
he
agree.
just does what he has to do.
I agree.
And when you're looking at like when he's playing with like Ronaldo and everything, you're looking at Ronaldo all the while, and
Yeah,
he's like
you
turning
get
his
on,
on,
yeah,
and it's like
because-
he just goes under the radar all the while.
Yeah, I get
Great
that.
player for what he had to do, really.
Best in the world. Fourth, I've got Tottenham. Again, they could
Okay.
easily be fifth or sixth. It's just between them three.
Fourth, I've
whoever
got
turns up.
Newcastle, but as I say, it popped,
Newcastle.
but it popped up, didn't
Yeah, but still, you got
it? To be
look
fair,
at-
I'm looking at that now, and if Howe goes to England, Newcastle, and
I
finishes at
don't
the
think
bottom
it
of
will
the
be
table.
I don't think it will be Hell. I think it'll be the lad from the 21s. What's his name?
Lee Carsley.
Yeah, I think he'll take it. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind it. He's
Have you
also
heard,
won something before.
Joe Jim Lowe's sniffing around the job as
Who?
well. Joe Jim Lowe.
I
He used to be
don't
like
know
the
who that
Germany
is.
manager, like
No.
about 15 years
Oh,
ago.
with the long black hair.
Yeah, the one who used to sniff his taters on the sideline. Like,
Yeah.
he's sniffing around the job, literally sniffing.
Third, I've got Liverpool. They could be a lot lower as well because.
I got Arsenal, just because I think they might slip off again.
But I think with this new manager who hasn't built this Liverpool squad, players, I'm not sure if they're going to buy into his system either. There's a lot of players that are on the edge of wanting to go. Salah, Van Dijk, they're not 100% committed.
And yeah,
I think that is going to be for Liverpool. Either they're going to go on and they're going to really have a good season, or they are really going to plummet in this season.
I've got Liverpool in second, just because
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm probably a little bit too
I've
optimistic
got
really for them.
Arsenal second,
Yeah.
90 points ahead of Man City until the last game. Then Man City pay the Premier League to get Arsenal 40-point deduction, and then City win it. You know what though?
City to win.
I genuinely believe if Man City had without chucking your phone across the room, I think if Man City had, I would say a 50-point deduction, Man City would still stay up.
Yeah.
With a 50-point deduction. How crazy is that?
Again, now you're looking at a phenomenal team, isn't they, really?
They're unbelievable. You got to look. They get like 90 points in a season.
Yeah.
So if you get a 40-point deduction, but they still have like 50-point deduction. They have 40 points.
Yeah.
Safe.
Yeah.
Mental.
Yeah.
Absolutely mental.
I'm a great team, though.
So
aren't
to
they, really?
run the league. I do hope they don't win it again now.
It is getting a little bit boring,
Yeah.
to be honest. You want somebody up there who's not so much like a Liverpool or an Arsenal to win it, but you
Yeah.
just need somebody to break that cycle, don't you? He's starting to get a little bit.
Can I
predictable at the
have
top.
your golden boot? Do you think it's going to win it? And then your outsider for a golden boot as well. I think everybody's bank is going to be Haaland, isn't it, for golden boot again?
I would have thought so. He
Yeah.
scores all them type of goals, and he really can
Yeah.
score one from like 2 yards out. He can hit one from 30 yards as well. He's just seems to be that kind of player. Doesn't he? So,
My outsider is going to be Alexander Isaac at Newcastle.
you know what? Again, he scores all type of goals. It's
Yeah.
just Depends on how Newcastle are going to play. If they play on that counter attack, he's going to score goals galore. Because he's.
You're going to give me yours then, or?
You know what? I ain't going to be too far away from that really. Because I think Haaland's going to win the goal.
Yeah, I think he will. Yeah.
And then as an outsider, I don't think he's going to be that far away really. I really doubt that.
Okay, well, you can't just copy me. You need your own.
No, it's just I didn't even think about him to start with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when you've mentioned it, it's like
Can't see past him there. Yeah.
So.
And then last one, player of the season, and possible player like an outsider for player of the season.
Again, I think I ain't going to say he's massively underrated because he's probably one of the best midfielders in the world. But I think Rodri.
Think he could get player of the season?
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly.
Just because he just makes everything tick in that midfield. And again, he's one of them players who just goes through every game and he just does what Rodri
I'm going to go just because I don't want to make it too boring again. Cole Palmer, player of the season. And then I think my outsider, I'm just going to throw out there, we'll get Declan Rice. Not massive outsider, but after his stinky performance for England, Odegaard, we'll go Odegaard instead. I'll go Odegaard as my outsider.
Again, he's a great player though, isn't he?
Yeah, but you wouldn't have put him down for player of the season, would you?
No, not really.
For an outsider.
Well, without like trying to like copy Roy Keane or whatever. That's his job, isn't it?
That's his job, isn't it?
That's his job.
That's his job.
So, like, it's just one of them, really. But I know what you're saying. Like, Rice is consistent. Rodri's consistent.
Consistently shit Rice has been.
Well, yeah.
In the Euros.
Jesus. Yeah.
But just remember, he's the best runner in the Euros. He covers more ground than everybody else. 2024, Conor Homer-Evans. Okay, we're going to go on to segment number 3. We talked quite a lot for the first two, but we're going to be talking quite a bit for the next two. But our top 3 moments as Wolves/Albion fan. Obviously, I'm an Albion fan. Yes, I know what you're thinking. I'm in orange, not gold. Okay, Newport County, not Wolves. But you're obviously a Wolves fan. You have been for 94 years, since the age of 1.
Probably seen 93 years of crap.
Yeah,
they're 94.
Did you put them in order?
No. Because
so you haven't done what I've asked. No. Can you stop reading the prep?
Because I change my mind all the while, like, you know what I mean. And so until like you ask me, then I get this is.
Well, in third for me, I've got the Albion shitting all over Fergie's last day, 5-5 against United at home. I didn't go. I think we had season tickets. We sold them for some stupid money to some United fans because we were going on holiday anyway.
But again,
we went on that day.
You probably did the right thing as well at the time because you're thinking we went on holiday to nothing there.
Yeah,
and then it turned out to be one of the best days ever. You know what I mean? So you're looking at that thing.
I do regret it. One thing that really stood out for that was Lukaku. Came on, scored a hat-trick. Obviously, I think we were like 4-1 down at one point as well.
I don't think he's ever been a great player since he left you lot.
He was good at Everton for me. He was good at Everton. I think Albion and Everton was his highlight of his career. And then, but you know what? He scores goals everywhere he goes because he always goes for big money moves. You don't see him go for like, I don't know, like on a free and stuff place. He goes for like 70, 80 million everywhere he goes.
I thought he was playing for Eddie Stalbert though in that year. Eddie Stalbert.
Mark Henry.
I've never seen him loud. Turns to slowing all my life. But.
I know what you mean. So yeah, it was just 5-5 for me. It was what an unbelievable thing to see.
Again, I was watching that and I was just like, this is such a great game to watch because it was end to end. Like,
and it ruined Fergie's last day. So.
Yeah, couldn't have happened to a nicer bloke. Really.
Your third place?
I ain't really got anything in like third, second, or first. Really, I'm just remembering like stuff when I used to get to the Wolves. But man, it was just like atmosphere all the way. So like when we went to like Preston away. Yeah. Great day. We went to Blackpool first. Went to the game. Come back to Blackpool afterwards.
We've done that for you.
I can't really remember the game as such. I just remember that at Preston they just pulled the shutters down on us. They're saying no more drink. Then all of a sudden we just like ripping up back at the shutters, saying no, give us some more drink. Obviously we did like a few expletives written in and everything. But great day. Absolute great day.
Talking on that, actually, we and Connor, who's been on before, we went to Preston away. I think we paid about 14 quid for this hotel. We got there, sat in there in Blackpool.
Did you have a carrier bag?
Right, it was horrendous. We sat in there for an hour. There was just no one there, and then all the keys was left on the side. So I went, I'm just taking one of the keys. Surely down the keys that are left to go and get in like the room. Pulled this key off. I've gone, we'll just try some of the baggies lads in there. They was like, we're doing the same. Gone in. some bloke absolutely smashing the back out of his missus in one of the hotel rooms. You're going, oh, slam the door. Go, sorry, mate, sorry.
I just stood in the door. I just gave
smash the door back. Bloke's come back and he's gone, no, mate, you're not allowed to take the keys. I was like, well, how are we meant to know? Where have you been for the last hour? He went, I had some business. All right, okay.
Yeah,
Then the back street to Blackpool, sound.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's given us this key. We've slept fully clothed.
I bet he did.
There was blood all over the seats and everything like that in the room. We just looked at each other and went, get me out of this shithole. And I went in the shower the next morning. As I've turned the handle, it's just come off. I've gone, oh, okay.
Right, what do you
push that back on? Well, yeah. And then we've just gone home.
You lucky you had running water.
He didn't come on. The show didn't come on. Told you, I turned the handle, it come off. And I went, oh, okay. Put it back. But yeah, second favourite moment. Well, realistically, it's first, but I thought we'll put it second. Was
you just trying to make me feel there, are you?
Absolutely smashing the Dogheads 5-1. Odden Wingy hat-trick, Keith Andrews, Jonas Olsen.
Yeah.
I was, I'm very old. I remember I went up my uncle's to watch it. I wasn't actually there. There was 8 Wolves fans, and I was the only Albion fan. They got up for Steve Fletcher's goal, 1-1, giving it large in my face. Then I got up 4 more times, windmilling in their face at the age of about 6 or 8, something like that. Absolutely losing my head. Yeah, they didn't speak to me for a few months after that. But
I can imagine. Yeah,
it was like my granddad as well, who's...
Oh, yeah.
he went
I know exactly how that day went, and I wasn't even there. I
learned a lot of words that day. And I was meant to be a lot of them as well. It was a cracking day for me, you know what I mean? And we've held you to it for a long time. Obviously, you got one over us on us this season at the Hawthorns as well. It was a bit...
But that. Not saying it's a long time coming and whatever. That was massive for us in a way, really, because...
Oh, it was your big day out, yeah.
We can't beat you at all. We really can't.
Yeah, it's been one of them, hasn't it? We've had we've been the better team for a long time, and then we haven't played each other for so long, and you obviously have the last.
And I'm a Wolves fan, but some Wolves fans probably watching this now, they're going to slate me and everything, saying why am you praising these up and whatever. It's just, I think the occasion gets to Wolves sometimes. Yeah. I think the expectancy on us to beat you is massive, and you deal with the occasion better.
I can tell you why he's saying it. It's because you're all dingoes and doghead twats, and at the end of the day, we're the better team. So,
I'm also going to that. He's also in my top 3 though, because I actually went to that game.
So what, 5-1?
Yeah.
Us beating you 5-1 is in your top 3.
Not for the day. The day was the game. The game's absolutely horrendous, but you know the atmosphere. You know the atmosphere building up to it. One of the best experiences ever.
Yeah.
Me and our kid, we were in the ground and whatever. And then we come out and where is he? Where is he? I can't find him anywhere. So literally, they've kept you lot in.
Yeah.
Them getting all the Wolves fans out and whatever. I'm like, oh, where's our kid gone? I can't find him anywhere. Found him, no answering and whatever. Where's he gone? All these Wolves fans start running towards me because I've already gone with everybody. I'm walking back through the thingy trying to find my brother. All of a sudden, I've just got a line of coppers all in front of me with batons, shields, everything. And then I look at this one copper and I'm like, I used to go to college with you. And then it's about to smash me over the end. I'm like, don't even think about it because you and going over that fence line sort of thing. I'm picking the gates up off the hinges and everything. This is at Wolverhampton College, just around the back of the Wolves ground and everything. And then all of a sudden, the Albion fans have been let out, but there's a massive street.
Yes.
The ring road is completely deserted. And you see all the Albion lot come out. All these Wolves fans then turn. Yeah. So they're going to come towards the Albion fans, and the Albion fans are obviously running towards us as well. Yeah. But it's just the street's completely deserted, and then everybody just starts to come together. So
they run up to each other and they just go, you're a prick.
She's running at me with this shield, and I'm like, shit, I'm going to get absolutely battered. Behind me, about 20 yards behind me, my brother's going, what are you doing, you dickhead? I'm not looking for you, you're not. Me and him, I'm having a row then. All these Wolves fans are trying to run towards these Albion fans and everything. Me and him having a stand-up argument in front of everybody.
I've got a shadow, winds me up when I see people put, top 10 derbies, stuff like that, and the Albion Wolves aren't top 3. You show me the last time, the fans was over the pitch in the crowd at each other, smashing each other's heads in, there was blood all over the gaff.
I think
we had Jimmy Savile, the Albion fan, run across the pitch, stand there. He loved it as well. I said, genuinely, no word of a lie, that bloke, yeah. The Wolves fan who was in the stand, I see him standing on the stairs. One chap's clocked him over the head. The bloke with the blonde hair in the photo, flying kicks him at the age of about 70 odd, busts him down the stairs, flying kicks him. Unbelievable. One of the best scenes I've ever seen. And like you say, like even though we lost 2-0, the atmosphere leading up to that day, and even until we really went 1-0 down, it was unreal.
I think like with derbies, especially Midland clubs, we get overlooked. Because like Manchester derby's meant to be massive,
but it's because they're bigger teams,
exactly. And then down London, you've got that many London teams anyway that everything's a derby in London. You know what I mean? You could be 40 miles apart. It's derby. It's a derby.
You know the hatred for Wolves Albion. I mean, we won't speak, will we, on Derby Day and stuff like that. Like
I do, but you
no,
don't.
to each honestly, I hate. I've got a lot of Wolves mates, a lot of Villa mates. It's so weird because obviously, if you're from around here or whatever, you'll know the Midlands. There's so many teams in such a short area.
Yeah.
You're all split, so you don't have a choice. You're all mates. Like Newcastle, they've got a massive following, but there's only Sunderland who's a bit away as well to go and like sort of to kind of go to, and that's why they've got massive fan bases. Sometimes.
I mean, what Sunderland's, I don't know, say 10 mile away from Newcastle or something, and then Middlesbrough's probably like 15. You know what I mean?
If you have like
you say, like Wolves Albion is like 5 miles.
If you had only, for example, the Albion or the Wolves or the Villa in that kind of area, the club would be unbelievably massive.
I mean,
because
Villa's
massive anyway.
Really,
it's gigantic. It is massive.
To say where we, we are, it's massive. To be fair,
you know what? You've got a lot of like Korean supporters, haven't you? Through Hwang, have you seen them? A lot of them coming through. Like it's crazy that you can have a player from a country that brings so many, like Son at Tottenham. They get so much revenue through just signing them kind of players.
They're massive in Korea.
Well, my last one is 2-2 against QPR. It was the first time I really remember a promotion. Like, obviously we had, when we went through with, we went through the playoffs and stuff like that. I was quite young and stuff then, so I remember it, but not to the experience I had then. It was coming out of lockdown. We went to the Sportsman, went in there. Obviously, like you would have seen videos probably if you're an Albion fan or Wolves fan, really. Absolutely, like went mental. Then we was at the stadium, and I was probably about this far from Donald Furlong's.
Willie.
Yeah, Willie. It was crazy. It was just unbelievable night. And then I come out and I had a photo with Eze. It was seen him, spotted him somehow. But yeah, your last one for Wolves?
Again, just based on like days out and whatever. But I'll always remember this. So one of the first times I ever went up to the Wolves, we was playing Tottenham, and well, I'll say one of the first times. One of the first times I really like got drinking. Not in the wrong crowd, like sort of thing. But used to know a few lads who used to do whatever they used to do, like sort of thing. And then I was told not to run. Right. Because all these Spurs fans are coming towards us.
Oh, right,
Stand your ground, don't run.
Oh, I thought you meant don't run because you're slipping. I was like, bloody hell. I must be rock hard, them lads. Yeah. Lads, no running. The wet floor signs there, yeah. All right, calm yourselves down.
I was told not to stand my ground. Basically, I'm like 5'5".
You're 5'3" now, so you were 5'5" there.
I had Cuban heels on that. That's why I couldn't run. But now I was told to stand my ground and whatever. And then these Spurs fans were coming towards us. We started to walk down towards them. All of a sudden, it starts kicking off.
Yeah.
I see one lad get through a newsagent's window, and he's sitting there like Pinocchio. He's like literally like this. And then the chap who told me not to run went, "Run." I'm telling you now, right? Usain Bolt, nothing on me. I'm small, I'm fat, I can't run, but I'm telling you, nobody was catching me for dust. I was gone. I was out there. I was out there. But again, the build up towards that day was great.
Yeah, I get it.
Absolutely superb, like something.
Yeah.
And then when we actually get into the ground, I think we lost about probably 3-0. I don't know.
Yeah, it's normally the way.
But then we come out the game afterwards, exactly the same thing. We've all gone to the pub. Then these Spurs fans come in, and you're like, oh, here we go again.
Right, we're sort of moving on to our last segment before game time, like where we play a couple of games during the podcast. And this is, again, to do the Premier League. We've done 3, well, it doesn't have to be Premier League, but I'd like to say It is really 3 players you've watched that has never played for your club or a big six side.
Okay.
So anybody can go, oh, I don't know, Messi or Ronaldo or whatever. It's like, well, that's boring. You know what I mean? The first player I'm going to go with is actually a player still playing now, and I just think he's such a good player. But I found this actually really hard because a lot of the players in your time, obviously, it was a bit different because great players did play at the smaller clubs and stuff like that. Whereas now, if a player's good, because there's that much money in the game, they just buy them, like the bigger teams.
Yeah.
So I've gone with Bruno Guimaraes at Newcastle. I think he's unbelievable. Like the way he plays with the ball and the passes he makes, he sees stuff nobody else sees, and he's got this thing where he does this little dinking to the wingers as they running across the box, and it comes off so much for him. And I don't really like Newcastle. I don't know why I've got a thing against them. I just ain't a massive fan of the club. But I think Guimaraes is just, this last couple of seasons has really, really shown for me that he's a top player, and I think he could play at any level, really.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. He's a great player, and I think he's going to outgrow. I think he'll be gone the end of this season coming.
Yeah,
because I just think he's going to outgrow the club.
I thought Newcastle had to sell. I've seen things that they had to sell, and I saw like a package between Isaac and Guimaraes together to go to like 150 million.
Yeah.
Like I think he'd suit like an Arsenal or something. I do.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I think Newcastle, if they sell them kind of players, he's one, you ain't going to replace him. Two, you can, the way the market is now, you could sell like Jacob Murphy for like 20 odd million.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You can buy you can get your money back without selling your best players. Unlike the Wolves,
you said the Albion was Jacob Murphy, and I'll tell you now, he's one of the shittest players I've ever seen put an Albion top on.
But you'll get 20 odd million for him.
It's crazy.
Newcastle. You know what I mean? It's just the way the market's gone, really.
Who are you going to go with then for your third?
I've got, obviously, again, going back, I've watched some, and I've gone on players that I've actually seen play. But
this is the only one I haven't seen, but it's only because we've only been in the Premier League once in the last how long, and it was a lockdown season, so I didn't have much choice.
Well, to be fair, I wasn't actually at the Wolves when I watched this player play.
Oh, okay.
I went to the completely just random game.
Cool, then you're gonna have to get it out. Bergkamp.
Yeah, phenomenal player.
Bergkamp, the one who played for Arsenal.
Yeah,
a big six club.
Yeah. Again, a great player.
Absolute.
Okay, then I'll change that.
Yeah, you got it wrong.
Okocha. JJ Okocha was at Bolton. Bolton played top six club there.
Did he not play for Chelsea, Okocha?
No. He played for Bolton in the Prem.
I didn't know that.
Again, great player.
Yeah.
The stuff he could do with the ball.
You said earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, he's just like, I ain't going to compare him to Ronaldinho because
you already have, but yeah, fair enough.
No, but he was like a cut price Ronaldinho, you know what I mean? The stuff he could do with the ball.
Ronaldinho from Wish.
Yeah, basically. He was just like the stuff he could do with and when he went to go and sign for Bolton, like, what's he doing there? What is he gone to Bolton for? Bolton's crap hole anyway, you know what I mean? And then but now the stuff he could do with the football was great.
Next one I have seen live, and when I watched him live, he always scored against the Albion. I hate the prick, but he's unbelievable. And for what they signed him for, Jamie Vardy, I think he scored one of the best goals I've ever seen live as well. Ball clipped over, straight through the defence. He's watched come over his shoulder, smashed into the far bins. He's run up to the Brummie, gone up. We're actually, me and my dad are on YouTube. I'm about 14 going way to him, and like he's there, just stood there like this in front of us all. And I'm just thinking, what a player, man! Like scored every type of goal. He was just unstoppable. Wasn't he, at one point?
One of them players as well that like
horrible to play.
He's come through non-league, straight to not straight to a Premier League winner, but it's run of the road stuff in it. You know what I mean? Give him, like,
he's got a great story as well, hasn't he? But
that's what I mean. He's like, and he's like you say,
he's
he scores
shit
every time.
housery as well. Like he played against the Wolves, did the Howl, played against Palace, did the Eagle.
Yeah,
he just does not give a shit, does he? No. Honestly, like I love him for the way he plays and just the kind of player he is.
I agree, yeah.
The ability of him is unbelievable. Like I say, he scores against the Albion every time he plays us.
Yeah,
but I still can't take away from how good he is.
No.
Your next one? Have you actually got one outside the top six and not from
No, it's completely changed all my thing, because again I don't read the prep. So, but there's been great players like Ginola. Always used to get people off the feet. Mainly when he was at Newcastle.
Yeah.
When he went to Spurs, great player as
Spurs,
well.
Big Six club, sick. Well done.
They were a Big Six
That's
club
the-
now when he
they
was playing
are
there.
classed as the Big Six.
Yeah, they am now, but not when Gillian was playing.
I'll
You know
give
what I
it,
mean?
yeah.
It's like, and then he goes to Villa. Right, when he scores that goal for Villa,
I know.
and them saying that he's overweight, he's not match fit, and all this sort of stuff. He scores that absolute goal, and then he starts getting his top off as if to say, "Look at me, I'm saying I'm overweight," and he probably is carrying a bit of timber for a winger.
Yeah,
but what a phenomenal goal!
Yeah,
what a
it's
player.
unreal. I'm glad you've done the prep there, mate. Cheers.
Yeah.
I only spent all my time trying to think of things. My last one is Dimitri Payet for West Ham, and I mean a bloke that had that much ability. He could have. I don't know what I've not really watched him at Marseille, so I don't know what he does over there. But a player that everybody knows, kind of like a streets won't forget player. The free kick he scored is almost unnatural.
Yeah.
The way it goes in, it looks like it's going to hit Rose head, and then it's it's like he uses the force and just like swings it down. It's unreal.
Well, as soon as he hits it, you're like, what's he done with that? And then all of a sudden, he just goes in the corner. You're not.
If you should, the other one he scores, the solo run when he goes past about 6 players and then just puts it. He puts it might be Man City that, and then he rolls it back across the box and just into the net. And he was just that good on the ball, and he was phenomenal. Again, a West Ham player, like a lot of players. I feel like West Ham have had some unreal players, haven't they? They never hold on to them because they're not quite big enough, are they? They're like that team that you weigh into the Prem. Like Paqueta, he's unbelievable. You weigh into the Prem, playing decent standard to move on. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame for him, but
the players that you're talking about, I'm too good for that club, but they ain't quite good enough to get into another team.
Yeah,
I'm always going to be a squad player figure there. So it's like, do they not move because
a lot of them are quite arrogant as well, though, aren't they? Like,
and they're a big fish in a small pond now, or they're going to get to like a City or whoever, and then that's it.
No. Right, are you going to actually come up with the last one, or are you just going to give it a miss, or are you going to try?
No. This team, a Big Six team, probably think they am, but I'm still in the doldrums of the Championship. But Mark Viduka at Leeds, when he was in the Prem, what a finisher! He could score all types of goals. He could score all types of goals. And when Leeds was playing, they spent a lot of money. And when they went in the Champions League,
did he play with Hasselbank or?
Yeah. And then you got like Harry Kewell there. Yeah. Ferdinand was there, and honest to God, Leeds team was really, really good. And when they were spending money to try and get your like, and then they went in the Champions League and then just went completely busted.
Yeah, lost it.
But he was
nobody likes Leeds though, do they? Just scummy club. Right, but that's that segment sort of done. If there's any we've missed out, obviously Will didn't do any of it right, but doesn't matter. Apart from probably the last one. Let us know like if there's anyone you would have chucked in there, because I'm not. Like I've found it really hard, to be fair, to find players.
It is hard, and
in the modern game.
When you're saying like top 6, you're looking at top 6 now.
No, I said Big Six. It says that the prep is 3-5 players to watch that never played for your club or a in brackets Big Six.
Yeah, but don't forget, it's like Man City when I was watching like in the 90s. That was in like League One.
Yeah, but they are classed as the Big Six, aren't they?
It's they are now. What I'm saying is like when I'm looking at players like. Like back, they were a Big Six.
I know what you mean, yeah. On to football bullshit, it's called. So we've got 3 categories.
Ain't that what this podcast is?
Yeah, but
nearly everything I've said is probably that.
Everything we've said for the last 4 episodes has been. It's kind of like, if you know that the rules are bullshit, you'll know what it is. But it's basically, we've got 3 different categories. I'll read it out, and then me and Will say how many of those things we could name in 30 seconds, basically. If I say 14 and he doesn't think I could do 14, he calls bullshit. If I don't do it, he gets the point. If I do it, I get the point, vice versa. All good? Understand that okay?
You're going to win this.
Lovely. Nice confidence. First one is Premier League players that aren't English. That played last season. Yeah. Choose that, so.
I'm going to go 7.
I could name 10.
Do 11.
I'm going to bump it up. I could do 15.
Bullshit.
Yeah? Go there. 3, 2, 1, go. Isaac, Gamirez, I threw it already. Haaland, De Bruyne, Rodri, Ake, Vardial, Ruben Diaz, Edison, Allison, Salah, Darwin Nunes, Luis, McAllister, Thiago, Robertson. I know Robertson's UK, and Canate.
Oh,
I've got to have done that. I don't even know how
just
many
I
I did.
think. Just I think.
We'll check it at the end, but I'm not
Just
sure.
I think.
I'll put it in at the end how many I got because I had my fingers up, but I don't even know how many I got to. I was just kind of just fine. I think I got about 90 in there, but I don't know.
Good, well done.
We'll see. Right, I'm gonna say that was 1-0 to me. Okay. Next one, Champions League winning players. I'm gonna go with 5.
Just of all time.
Yeah.
I'll go 8.
10.
Go 11.
You got to think you can almost name like a whole side. I'm gonna go 15.
Yeah, but you struggled on the last one, so I'm gonna call bullshit.
Oh, fuck. I was gonna hope you was gonna do it, so I'm gonna call it on you. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Bellingham, Carvajal, why my mind goes on this. That Lunin or Courtois keeper. We'll go with Mendy, Haaland, Gundogan, Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Messi, Ronaldo, Piqué, Iniesta, Xavi. I don't even know if I did it.
I don't know.
I think I got 13 then.
I think so.
I had a massive brain fart in it. It's so hard because you get to say it and then you start
Yeah, you lost 4 seconds at the
second
start.
you
know
go,
2, and then you just went.
The second you lose it, man. Okay, last one. Teams, so football teams outside of the UK. So any football team outside the UK.
I'll go 8.
12.
13.
14.
15.
Yeah, let's let you play. Swipe it up. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Parma, Inter Milan, AC Milan, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Villarreal, Ajax, PSV, Bayern Munich, Leverkusen,
You need 5 more. 8 seconds.
Benfica, Porto.
Well, you can see we're both retards on this game because we were awful.
Your brain goes though, you're trying to think
brain goes.
You know what you're trying to
it's
do?
The silence as well. So
you're trying to think of winners as well.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's just
I do get it. I think it was 2-1 to me, but
definitely.
I'm not too sure on the thing.
Yeah, I don't even know. So probably 3-8 really. I'll take a point if I don't name it, are you?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So I got a point for that, but I don't think I got the second one. I think I was too behind.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, we may as well move on to our final thing, and it's our career paths. Okay, so you did well last time.
Yeah, really.
1 out of 3.
I could still be there from last time, really. Not still got it.
Right, first one we're going to go with. Started at Sparta Prague B.
That's not good. Straight away.
And went to Sparta Prague, to Vitesse, went to Swansea. He then moved to Man City, to Stoke on loan. Then he went to Swansea. Then he went on loan to Al Arabi. Then he went without a club. Went to Al Ittihad without a club. Then went to NEC Nijmegen. I haven't pronounced that right, but yeah. Then without a club. Then Always Ready. Then without a club.
I'm even going to entertain.
No, the best ones you could get, really, is between... In 2013-14, he was at Swansea. Moved to City, to Stoke, to Swansea.
I ain't got a clue, mate.
Striker from Ivory of the Coast.
I ain't got a clue.
Wilfred Bonny.
Christ.
Come on. Well, that one was quite easy. Okay.
Yeah, you would, because you can see.
That's a fair point. Next one. Started off at Tottenham. Went to Chesterfield on loan. Went to Millwall on loan. Went to Portsmouth on loan. Went to Wolves on loan. Signed for Wolves. Then went to Blackpool. Then to Fulham. to Gillingham, and then played at Billericay Town.
I hate this bloke with a passion. Jamie O'Hara.
Jamie O'Hara is correct, well done.
Because you know what? When we had him on loan, decent.
Yeah.
Soon as we signed him, and he played against the Albion,
Oh,
decent game,
battered.
right? After that, wasting money. Absolutely terrible. And I said to my brother, when we was actually watching him, I went, this is the worst money we've ever spent. And he went, I'm joking, he's a great player. I went,
You saw Fabian Silva, don't worry about that, Fabio Silva.
You know what? I'd still say that Fabio Silva's a better signing than Jamie O'Hara.
No chance. He's horrendous.
Jamie O'Hara was absolutely horrendous.
No,
when he gets on Sky Sports and he starts talking stuff, I'm like, mate, just get in the bin. Shut up.
Right. Last one, to beat your record of 1.
Yeah, but I've just set that record.
We've got, he started off at Lazio, went to Tonana on loan, then signed for Juventus, then went to Napoli, then to Milan. This should give it away. Then to Celtic, then to Sheffield Wednesday, to West Ham, to Charlton, to Lazio, to Cisco Roma. Started his career in 85, finished in 2008.
Yeah, I'm going to know him.
You are going to know him. You're going to be fuming when I say it. Juventus, Napoli, Milan. Who's signed for Celtic from Milan and then to Sheffield Wednesday, 97?
Italo Lombardo, is he?
No.
Italo Lombardo, no?
No. West Ham, 99 to 2003. Charlton, 2003, 2004.
No. I think.
That's embarrassing. Di Canio.
No.
He was at Sheffield Wednesday?
Yeah. He pushed the ref over, didn't he?
I don't know, we're live.
Yeah. No, the ref's gone to book him. And he's just gone like, what you on about? Just push the ref. The ref's gone across the floor.
Sent him off.
And he's just gone like that. He sent him off.
There we go. Well, anyway, another good chat. I really enjoyed it again. Cheers for coming on. Hopefully we can see a few more videos of Will in the future. We've got a good video coming next week because me and Connor are off to Benidorm tomorrow. So we're going to get a little bit done out there for you. Cheers again for coming on.
No worries.
Catch you in the future.